Okay, so what I want to do now is we're going to go on to section 2 of short 2. We have our right hand at the point of reference for thrust, our left hand at the point of reference for whip, and we are in a cat stance. Okay, somebody's going to be coming at us from 9 o'clock with a right roundhouse punch. So I'm going to launch in, I'm going to whip out and block, and I'm going to thrust and punch all at the same time. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this one back to whip, this one back to thrust, and then I'm going to cat. And then someone's going to come at me from 3 o'clock with a left roundhouse punch. So I'm going to launch in, forward bow, as I block and punch. Then I'm going to bring my right hand back to the point of reference for hammer and my left hand back to the point of reference for thrust as I get ready for section number 3, which is the person coming at me from 6 o'clock. Okay, so I will do that from this position. So I'm here. Right there. Okay, I will do it from this position. I'll do it from this position. Okay, and so that is section number 2 of short 2. Okay, we're going to do section 2 of short 2 on the body, so you can see where that's at. From right here, I'm going to be in my cat stance, got my right hand at thrust, left hand at whip, and I'm going to have Cale come over. He's going to be coming from 9 o'clock, doing a roundhouse punch with his right hand. I'm going to launch in and forward bow as I whip out and block to that corner there as I punch him. I can punch him in the chin, solar plexus, or whatever from right there. Now I'm going to bring this, first of all, back to whip and thrust, and then I do my maneuver to a cat. Then Caden's going to come from 3 o'clock with a left hand punch. I'm going to launch in, forward bow, block him right there, thrust and punch him. And now I'm going to bring my right hand back to hammer and my left hand back to thrust as I prepare for someone to come attack me from 6 o'clock. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do it from another angle here. Okay, so I'm right here, throws the punch, launch in, whip, forward bow, and thrust, bring it back to whip and thrust, and cat, and then he comes from over this direction here, which I come up right there and punch, and then bring it back to hammer and thrust. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it from this angle here. Make sure you're lined up with me from 3 and not at 4:30. Okay, so from right here, I'm in my cat stance, launch out, whip, forward bow, bring it back to here, and cat. Okay, forward bow, whip, and thrust, bring it back to hammer and thrust. Very good. We're going to come from this angle right here. Okay, so from right here, I'm going to be in my cat stance, thrust right here. Comes in, I whip and punch him. Okay, bring it back to thrust and whip. He moves out of the way so the camera can see. Whips right here and thrust and punch. Okay, bring it back to hammer and thrust. Okay, and we'll come from right here. Have we done this angle here? Okay, so we have done all 4 angles for you on short 2 on the body, section 2.